Welcome back. Some people in Northport are frustrated about a popular road being consistently neglected.
They say grass along Panacea Boulevard is overgrown and the problem is now getting out of control. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley explains who's responsible for this costly maintenance.
It's an eyesore. There's no question about that.
Panacea Boulevard has not seen a lawnmower in some time. Some who live nearby are calling it a safety hazard.
It's hazardous in its own way. My family used to use that as a place for us to go and ride our bikes, a place to walk, a place for us to just be within the nature.
But the nature has overgrown so much, Justin Willis doesn't take his family out to walk anymore. The question is, who's responsible? The city of Northport or the local Woodlands Community Development District, the CDD?
In the CDD's budget for 2014, they had set aside $230,000. In their budgeting information, it actually says that they chose not to pull a contract to save themselves money.
The CDD is a local government board. When the grass issue began, the city of Northport brought in an impartial hearing officer that ruled the CDD is responsible to cut the grass.
I think that there's a lot of conversation that can be had. There are a lot of opportunities to fix the situation by cooperating with each other.
Some hope that cooperation will lead to the city cutting the grass themselves. Others worry that will create a dangerous precedent.
I believe that the city should reach out to the CDD and there should be a joint meeting. And they should reach a compromise, and that compromise should not involve the city taking over the landscaping for the CDD.
The CDD has remained silent on the issue, including when we reached out for comment. Now, until either the CDD or the city of Northport finally relent and cut the grass, it appears it's going to remain uncut. And that seems to be a serious concern for the residents nearby. In Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. Plans for a new shopping plaza and luxury apartment complex in Lakewood Ranch are moving forward. The Green at Lakewood Ranch will be built on the northeast corner of State Road 70 and Lakewood Ranch Boulevard. The 150,000 square foot shopping plaza will include salons, restaurants, a fitness center, and it will be anchored by Earth Fare Health Food Supermarket. Orlando-based Tavistock Development Company says 304 luxury apartments will also be built on 40 acres.
I think it's exciting. I think we're going to see many more in the future, and this is basically what the population is looking for today. Some more of these boutique, health-conscious entities that can meet their lifestyle.
Site work on the project will begin in the spring. The shopping plaza is expected to be finished in the early part of next year, while the apartments will be ready by the middle of 2018.
Changes could be coming to the Florida Department of Children and Families. The Department of Health and Human Services has given the DCF 90 days to improve care for foster children. It comes after the federal agency found underperformance in critical areas during an analysis of its cases. They found that in more than half of the cases, child welfare agencies removed children from homes without providing appropriate services and follow-up safety plans. DCF officials will meet next week to come up with ways to reform the system. The Baltimore Orioles are pitching reading to area students. Starting next month, children who sign up at a Sarasota County library and then read 3 or more books can earn a free ticket to an Orioles spring training game. It's all part of the team's Big League Reader program. Kids 6 and older can participate. In order to get the free tickets, all books must be read and scorecards stamped by March 8th. They'll be here before you know it, so get reading.
Great motivation.
Yeah.
And now we're going to get a check on our forecast. Not a bad day. It was pretty dreary in D.C. for the inauguration, but not bad here, Bob.
Not bad in D.C., though, considering what time of year it is. Upper 40s for temperatures there and just a few showers around, so it wasn't too bad. But if you compare it to our weather, certainly it was dreary. We have a 30% chance of probability of severe weather from North Sarasota County through Manatee County and places to the north. Now, to the south thereof, the chance is less at 50%, but it's still there. And that means the probability of winds gusting as high as 60 miles an hour with some of these cells moving on shore. Looks like late Sunday afternoon right now, but that timing could still change. We'll wait and see how that plays out. More than likely, we'll be put under a watch. And a watch means that there's a possibility of some strong weather moving in. A warning means it's actually happening, so keep that in mind. I think we'll get a severe thunderstorm watch by Sunday morning for our area, and it will continue throughout the afternoon and evening on Sunday. 74 degrees right now. It's warm. South winds are at 11. Well, much more in our forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Developing tonight, one student is recovering in the hospital after a high school shooting in Ohio.
The attack happened just before school started this morning. Police say the suspect shot through a window of a boys' restroom at the school, which is about 45 miles outside of Columbus. The suspect is now in custody. Parents were told to pick up their kids at a nearby grocery store.
I got a text message on my phone. I was at work saying that my daughter's phone had called 911, and when I had called her back, she was screaming. She's going, "Dad, Dad, they're shooting, we can't get out, we can't get out."
The victim's name and condition is still unknown. The man accused of killing an Orlando police officer is officially charged with her murder. Markeith Lloyd charged with first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer and wearing a bulletproof vest in the death of Lieutenant Deborah Clayton. Lloyd appeared in court yesterday on charges related to his ex-girlfriend's death. During his appearance today, when the judge asked if he wanted a public defender, Lloyd asked for the judge's name for the record. The judge then quickly ended the hearing with no bond ordered. Lloyd has already said he plans to represent himself.
The friend of the man sentenced to die for gunning down 9 people at a South Carolina black church will soon know his fate. A sentencing hearing for Joey Meek is scheduled for February 28th. Meek is friends with Dylan Roof, the convicted shooter who was sentenced to death earlier this month. Meek pleaded guilty to lying to authorities and failing to tell them what he knew about Roof's violent plot. He faces up to 8 years in prison. A notorious Mexican drug lord has his day in court 20 years after he was first sought by federal authorities. Joaquin Guzman, better known as El Chapo, was arraigned today in New York. He's charged with running a massive drug trafficking operation that laundered billions of dollars and oversaw murders and kidnappings. He was able to escape twice from maximum security Mexican prisons, most recently through a hole in a shower floor in 2015. Since his recapture last year, El Chapo has fought extradition, which his lawyer says was politically motivated.
Up next in your Suncoast News, why the Hollywood premiere of a movie about dogs is now being canceled.
And LA is known for its outrageous real estate, but even this Bel Air beauty is making jaws drop. A look inside one of the country's most expensive homes. That's next.
And this is a live look at Washington, D.C., where the inauguration celebrations are still underway at this hour. The nation's 45th president, Donald Trump, sworn into office this afternoon and is watching the parade with his family from the reviewing stand. We'll be right back with more news.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Take home a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Or stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Renegade for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
This weekend's premiere of the movie A Dog's Purpose has been canceled following the release of a video that appears to show a frightened dog being forced into churning water during production. TMZ first published the video on Wednesday. Producer Amblin Entertainment and Universal Pictures say they've decided to cancel the Los Angeles premiere because Amblin's review of the video, quote, is still ongoing. According to a statement released, the companies have been assured the German Shepherd was not harmed. A Dog's Purpose will still premiere nationwide in theaters on January 27th. Anyone who has ever loved a pet knows the difficult decision of when to say goodbye. ABC 7's Alex Redmond has some tips on how to make the best choice for you and your furry friend when that time arrives.
I lost Champ, my Brittany Spaniel, who was 11 years old, New Year's Eve 2 years ago.
Sally Schull, a familiar face at SUNCOAST social events, says at 21, Champ could no longer stand.
You know, when they lose their balance on the tile floor, and I came home and it was so sad, and my son was with me.
Schull made a decision.
We took him together. We took him to the vet together.
18-year-old Nicole Caruso is saying goodbye to her beloved 16-year-old dog Mika tomorrow.
We made the decision to euthanize her. It's a really hard decision for any pet owner to make.
Caruso says Mika has been her best friend since kindergarten.
It's sad, but it's necessary. It's definitely time. It's been time for a month now.
It's never easy for owners to know when is time, but there are some signs to look for at home.
Dr. Howard Small of Forest Lakes Animal Clinic says when your pet stops doing what it loves and responding to you.
So it's not jumping, it's not coming out for food, it's having to be carried out to defecate, to urinate, it's shaking, different clinical symptoms you may see.
That's the time to talk to your veterinarian who will guide you. But don't act out of convenience, adds Dr. Small.
If you're going away on a trip or you just don't want this pet anymore, do not euthanize that pet. We can certainly adopt out that pet, talk to your veterinarian, or talk to a local animal shelter.
Dr. Small says the decision to give another pet a home after your pet has passed is a very personal one. But don't think of it as replacing a pet. Think of it as giving another pet a great home.
When the time comes, I think it's best that you be there for your pet.
It's the last thing they see, is you holding them and loving them. So really, isn't that what you would want? You know, and you need it. It's your way to say goodbye, and it's their way to say goodbye back at you.
Although saying goodbye is never easy, the best time to let go is when there is still some quality left. Reporting in Sarasota, Alex Redmond, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And now the Suncoast Traffic Watch. Still no accidents to report. Drivers can expect some congestion, though, along I-75 near Bee Ridge Road. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Thanks, Haley. Nice weather currently. It looks to be really nice out there this evening, too. If you plan on any outdoor activities, should not be a problem at all. Lots of sunshine throughout most of the day today. Temperatures did manage to get into the upper 70s to even some low 80s around. And we have some high cirrus clouds around. You can see that. Going to make for a beautiful sunset this evening. Should be spectacular. And the Titan radar picture depicting showers to the north of us and out into the Gulf of Mexico, but no rain around here. We're going to stay dry, too, tonight. Most of tomorrow, we see any showers tomorrow. It'll be inland, pushing toward the east coast. The rainfall comes Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. with the potential for some severe weather. You can see these showers kind of dissipating as they make their way toward the coast right now. Currently at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, it's 74. We have a few clouds and the dew point temperature way up there at 65 degrees. Winds are out of the south, and that's bringing that high dew point temperature our way. Lots of moisture in the atmosphere. The pressure has been falling to 9.96 inches now. The high was 77 degrees today. That's what it was yesterday. And 86, the record set in 1990. This morning's low was 59. That too running high. We'll be in the low to mid 60s for lows for the overnight tonight. Record low 25 degrees set in 1977. And no rainfall to depict. As far as showers go, we could use a little bit of rainfall. We're over a ½ inch below average so far for the year. And we will get some out of this. Some areas getting a little bit more than others. Temperatures around the coastline, upper 60s to low 70s from Longboat Key to Whitney Beach to Holmes Beach, into the upper 60s to low 70s there. Rosedale now at 75 and Terra the same. 76 at Lake Sarasota. Osprey at 73. Inglewood 71 degrees, 76 in Plantation. Northport, you're at 77 degrees, and Port Charlotte at 73. This is the forecast model, the FUTURECAST. It's showing nice weather overnight, a nice day tomorrow, and then a little bit on the breezy side. You'll notice the clouds start to increase, even a few spotty showers expected on Sunday morning as we push through time, though. It's the first squall line. This is the prefrontal trough out ahead of the actual cold front. And as far as the timing goes, right now it appears late afternoon. We'll see, and this does not depict very rough weather, but I think this may be underdone, so to speak. The showers and storms will be strong to the possibility of severe through the late afternoon and evening here. Now, rainfall totals a little bit more so to the north of us, near that area of low pressure, but we will see up to an inch, inch and a half in places over parts of Manatee County, and up to about a ½ inch as you push down south near Inglewood. Wave heights will be a big factor. We'll show you that again coming up at 6 o'clock. We're talking waves up to 10 to 12 feet high coming in on Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and that will cause some beach hazards, obviously, with coastal flooding. Not out of the question. We'll see some minor coastal flooding, but more so rip currents will be a big factor, as well as it looks like some coastal erosion once again. Out west is where most of the warnings and watches are, but that's soon to change, as we could get under some watches right here along the SUNCOAST due to that storm system on Sunday. For boaters, looks like this tomorrow. Winds picking up tomorrow at 15 knots, and seas will be 2 to 4 feet with a moderate chop out there. Water temperature at 70 degrees, and looks like 76 for a high near the beach. It should be a nice day. High tide at 6:25, and sunset, nice one, 6:02 tonight. Fog late, partly cloudy, warm, 64 for your low tomorrow. Look for breezy and warm conditions. Highs will be into the upper 70s with south winds 10 to 20, so we'll be picking up as far as that wind speed goes. And the extended forecast, there it is, 80% chance for showers and storms, mainly Sunday afternoon and evening, although there may be a few in the morning as well, just a little bit of shower activity. Chilly weather on Monday, and then it warms up quickly on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, Captain Johnny Walker has a business called the Bay Walker Fishing, and now there's Bay Walker Fishing 2. Here's more. Meet the newest captain of the Walker family, Trey Walker Dietz, on his new 23-foot Panga, manufactured right here in Sarasota. It was flat calm like glass out on the water, so we made our way offshore in just over 40 feet of water near the Bob Johnson Reef.
Or a ½ ounce egg weight on a 2/0 circle hook, and we're just dropping it down to the bottom.
This kind of rigging will keep it from getting snagged on the rocks, which the traditional slip shot can do at times.
Put it straight down to the bottom. Once they hit the bottom, we're going to pull it up about a foot.
It was a fast response to the shrimp on the bottom, a nice mangrove snapper. And his friend Devin hooks up a spot-tail pinfish. Trey is really enjoying his new profession.
I'm really loving it, Bob. It's everything I thought it would be and then some. And having the opportunity to continue on a legacy like my grandfather's it's an awesome privilege.
And his friend Houston was continuing to bring in the fish like this big sheep's head.
Wow, that's a nice one.
Good sheep's head.
Devin catches this small gag grouper, and there were some red ones as well, but just too small. I managed to hook up a large Jack Crevel, which had something tailing it.
Look at the cootie behind it.
Can you see it?
Oh yeah, you can see it. Oh!
There were several lurking around, but they never did bite. But this one did. Another nice catch by the captain as Trey reels in another keeper snapper. A good day was had by all, but with the big changes coming this weekend, boating seems to be out of the question.
Oh, that's a porgy.
Yeah, beautiful
awesome.
colors.
Yeah, and he's got his tail bitten off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what's that saying my grandpa always says, Bub?
Well, you can't forget it. Take a kid fishing.
Because someday he may take you.
That's right. Thanks, Trey. Right there, Trey. And look at this. He caught this the day after on a kayak, and you can see the building's not too far off in the distance there. They roam around the reefs there, the nearshore reefs, and this is a fairly big barracuda. Barracuda, good shot there. And then the Tack family, beach fishing adventures on Longboat Key, getting these nice pompano. They're having some nice dinner here recently. And Magic Fishing Adventures, Captain Alan Roth. I saw him earlier in the day on Wednesday, and he caught that huge. That's a redfish. I'll tell you that. Yeah. We have Captain Larry McGuire too. He sent a photo. I didn't get to it, but he caught a huge grouper. And you talk about the fishing, the big fishing. What is it? The event taking place this weekend. They're having that. Well, there'll be a lot of grouper there.
Oh, the seafood fest.
Oh, the seafood fest. Oh, okay.
Well, he caught a huge red grouper. Probably feed everyone. It seems like. It's so
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Bob. There is a mansion in Los Angeles that is so expensive it has residents in Bel Air shocked. This uber expensive mansion has a price tag of $250 million. That's almost twice as much as the Playboy Mansion, which sold last year for $100 million. So what do you get for $250 million? You get 12 bedrooms, 21 bathrooms, a state-of-the-art movie theater, and an infinity pool. There's also $30 million worth of exotic cars, a piece of helicopter artwork, and a $200,000 wall of candy, which is music to my ears. But not any buyer can just take a look at this listing. First, you need to go through a credit check.
I just tell them, send me proof of funds for $1 billion and we'll set it up right away.
Oh, that's so easy. We got this in the bag. There's also another mansion, this one called the Spelling Manor, which is on the market for $200 million. The uber rich is now the most expensive house on the market in the U.S.
Yep, we were doing the math earlier. 6% typical commission on a sale of $250 million, $16 million.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Totally
Even if you
crazy.
split the $16 million.
So you want to have that listing.
Yeah,
you
I think
really,
so.
It might not sell for that, but
No,
whatever it
probably not.
does sell for, it's going to be doing well.
Yep.
Entertainment News is next.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Portraits of pop culture icons and politicians are getting an interesting twist from an artist in Illinois. John Kettman paints portraits on everything but a canvas. For example, there's an Aaron Rodgers on a Cheez-It cracker, Vladimir Putin on the Ritz, Condoleezza Rice on a grain of rice, and the entire cast of Chicago Fire on matchsticks. John started painting when his wife passed away. He now has more than 100 of these unique pieces of art in his home. Although it's not a full-time job yet, he hopes to make it a profession one day soon.
Sure looks like he's good enough to do that.
Yeah.
Well, history is being made this week in more ways than one.
Filmmakers across the world celebrating the first ever film to be broadcast live aired successfully across the nation. Actor and director Woody Harrelson shot the film Lost in London on one camera and in a single take while airing it live last night. Here in the SUNCOAST, the movie was shown at the Hollywood 20 cinemas, and we got an exclusive interview with some professionals from Minnesota Films on what they thought of this monumental project.
I mean, there was no take two on this. I mean, it was only one take. It was live, it was broadcasted. So there was a lot of pressure put on the actors. So I felt like I was right in the driver's seat with them, and that's what was thrilling and exciting to watch it. And it was fun.
And aspiring filmmakers are going to get the chance to join in on this creative approach. The Minnesota Film Group's new Single Take Challenge is inviting the public to submit short films shot with just one camera. Submissions are open from March 15th through August 15th. So you have time to start planning right now if you want to try.
You have to do a lot of rehearsals.
I would imagine. A ton of them. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll be right back.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Cancer does change people's lives. It is frightening. The treatment for fear is hope. And what works for you is not necessarily going to work for somebody else. It does take a whole team. This is a facility that really cares about the outcome of the patients. So our job at Sarasota Memorial Hospital is to meet the needs of that individual any way we need to meet them.